Good evening, Mrs. Oria. Can you hear me? Um, Mrs. Oria, you are the sole person who is present in class, and unfortunately, the rest of the students haven't come class yet. And unfortunately, I can't start. I'm sorry about that, and I do apologize. Please wait a little for others log in class. Okay, no problem for you. Thank you so much for your kindness, and I'm so sorry, but unfortunately, most of the students don't consider this issue. Despite I have sent email to them, and I told them don't be late and come to class on time. Yes, I know, but I told them several times that it's short, and the time of class in Ramadan is short, and it's only 1 hour because we have not enough time, and we should continue our subjects better than this. Unfortunately, I can't cancel class. Unfortunately, I can't cancel class without talking to academy. If I want class, before that, I should have talked to academy. Okay, please let me start class. Unfortunately, only two students have come class, and we have to start. and we cannot wait more time. Okay, as you remember, we talked about the definition of the supply chain management, and we talked about decision and the strategies about these concepts, and also we talked about ethical issues, and we discussed that supply chain is very important nowadays, especially in time of globalization, in globalization era. And as you remember, I mentioned that competition is not longer between two companies, and nowadays it's between two supply chains. So today I'm going to talk about supply chain strategies. Supply chain main strategies include 5 items that have been listed, as you see in PowerPoint. The first strategy in supply chain is negotiating with many suppliers. The second one is long-term partnering with few suppliers. Number three, the third strategy is vertical integration, and fourth strategy is called Keiretsu. That's the Japanese concept. We will talk about it. And the last one is virtual companies that use suppliers on an as-needed basis. So let me develop each concept and talk about each of them. Many suppliers, negotiation with many suppliers, commonly used for commodity products. Commodity products means the necessary products, especially in a food industry, that company needs a large of raw materials. So it should negotiate it with many suppliers. It should negotiate with many suppliers because what suppliers cannot provide needed material for company. So company has to provide the rest of them by other suppliers. So purchasing is typically based on price. When there are many suppliers, companies select those suppliers which offer less price. On the other hand, it considers quality. The suppliers compete with one another. It's very clear. Since they want to sell more in comparison to other competitors, they decrease price in order to increase sales and attract more customers when there are many suppliers. In supply chain, supplier is responsible for technology, expertise, forecasting, cost, quality, and delivery. So, these mentioned items should be considered by suppliers. If suppliers want to attract customers, they should focus and concentrate on technology. It means that the suppliers should offer the newest technology. And also they should be expertise in that technology or in that producing the material. On the other hand, they don't neglect forecasting. At first, they should forecast the quantity of products that is going to be placed by customers, and based on this forecasting, they should produce no more and no less. Cost. On the other hand, they should consider costs. They should do in a way that decrease costs for company. For example, by use of forecasting, they can produce the right quantity. And on the other hand, through this, they can decrease the inventory. Also, they can produce and they can purchase the materials which are high quality and also have less price. On the other hand, they shouldn't neglect quality. As you can remember, the quality is one of the most important factors for all of the company. And last one is delivery. Delivery means the produced goods or the finished products, final products, should be delivered to customers on right time and on right place. It means delivery without any delay. So when there are many suppliers in supply chain management, these items should be considered, and these items are important in supply chain. When there are few suppliers, buyer forms longer-term relationships with fewer suppliers. When the number of suppliers in one industry is not much, it's few, buyers have to make contract for long time, and they have to form longer-term relationship with those suppliers because the number of them is not much. Create value through economies of scale and learning curve improvement. When there are few suppliers, these suppliers try to produce products which are valuable for customers through economy of scale. What's the meaning of economy of scale? Economy of scale means that they try to produce a right quantity with less cost. Economy of scale means the company is going to produce not large quantity of products, but also they try to decrease cost and increase quality through the strategy of economy of scale and learning curve improvement. And also they try to improve quality and relationship with customers. Suppliers more willing to participate in JIT or just-in-time programs and contribute design and technological expertise. It means that the suppliers intend to apply just-in-time strategy. It means that they are going and they want or they intend to deliver goods and finished products on time and on right place to customers. Just-in-time strategy is a strategy that companies establish through this deliver finished products on time and on right place to customers. And the last one is the cost of changing supplier is huge. When you make a long contract with suppliers, you should consider this that if you want to switch on other supplier, you are incurred large cost. So when there are the few suppliers, these points should be considered as these items exist in this case, the case of few suppliers. Managing the supply chain. There are significant management issues in controlling a supply chain involving many independent organizations. So, in a supply chain that that involves many independent organizations, it means that when there are many independent organizations in a supply chain, it means that the chain is very long. You know, this chain by this organization is very long. So, the controlling this long chain is very hard because your company is a ring of this chain, this long chain, and has to interact to many organizations in its supply chain. So the mutual agreement on goals, the trust, the compatible organizational cultures can be different issues or problems may happen in supply chain and should be considered. Mutual agreement on goals, trust, and compatible organizational cultures. They should be matched together. The company should consider it and they should agree on these items if they want to work together. Okay? Managing the supply chain especially in the supply chain, which the number of independent organization is very high. Vertical integration. Vertical integration is one of the strategies that happens in the supply chain. In this strategy, company decide to purchase its supplier. For example, for a long time, your company purchased raw material from a supplier, but now your company decide to purchase whole company to be controlled by itself, and company wants to own its supplier. This strategy means vertical integration. For example, in automobile, you are working, your company is automobile company. Supplier of automobile company are steel and iron ore. Or another example is integrated circuits in electronics industry or flour milling in food industry. When an automobile company decides to purchase a steel company, this strategy is vertical integration. It causes the number of companies in supply chain decrease and monitoring the whole supply chain would be improved. So the vertical integration means a company intends to or decide to purchase one of each supplier to control and monitor that raw materials which is purchased up to now. This strategy is one of the strategies take place in supply chain. Vertical integration, developing the ability to produce goods or service previously purchased. Integration may be forward toward the customer or backward toward supplier. If you decide to purchase your customer, this strategy is called forward integration. This strategy is called forward integration. But if you decide to purchase your supplier and produce products that previously purchased, it's called backward integration. Vertical integration can improve cost, quality, inventory, but requires capital, managerial skills, and demand. So, when your company decides to purchase supplier and produce its required products or its needed products, it should consider these items: capital, managerial skills, and demand. And the last one is risky in the industry with rapid technological change. When you are working in industry that the technology is changing very soon, it increases risk for you to purchase your supplier and or do a strategy of vertical integration. It's better that don't do this because will it increase cost for your company because you have to update yourself with new technology, and it can be risky and it can be you are incurred by high cost through this. And so in technological change, in rapid technology, in industries with rapid technological change, such as laptop and computer industry, it's better to not establish this strategy, meaning a vertical integration. Credential network. Credential network is a strategy between few suppliers and vertical integration. Suppliers become a part of company coalition. It means that when you use the credential strategy, you don't do the vertical integration strategy. It means that you don't purchase the company, whole company. For example, you have purchased a part of a stock from a stock change organization. When you, for example, when you purchase some stock from a company, you will be a part of the company. This company, this strategy causes that company can control on quality of the products better and can monitor on this because the company is a part of supplier and try to monitor and survey on the product better than previous. Often provide financial support for suppliers through ownership or loans. Sometimes companies give loans and borrow money to company and through this become a part of company. For example, they purchase the bond and become bondholder of company. Members expect long-term relationships and provide technical expertise and stable deliveries. In this situation, members expect long-term relationships and provide technical expertise and stable delivery. It's clear. When you are a part of company, you and the company make a long-term relationship and through this try to provide technical expertise and stable delivery. And the last one is it may extend through several levels of supply chain. It means that it may be done, this strategy may be extended across the supply chain among the many suppliers together. So it means that it extends through several levels of supply chain. For example, you and your supplier of supplier may purchase some stock and borrow money and loan to each other and become part of each other. So through this, they do the Kaizen network and they apply this strategy to make close relationship together. Virtual companies rely on a variety of supplier relationships to provide services on demand. Fluid organizational boundaries that allow the creation of unique enterprises to meet changing market demands. Exceptionally lean performance, low capital investment, flexibility, and speed. In this strategy, companies rely on variety of suppliers. Pay attention to word of rely. Rely on variety of supplier relationships to provide services on demand. Company and its suppliers try to remove boundaries in order to flowing capital and other items across each other's company to meet changing market demands. In a, especially in the time that the market demand is changing quickly, this strategy can be useful. And the last one is exceptionally lean performance, low capital investment, flexibility, and speed. So truth is, the flexibility and speed increases. And when the demand change or other things in market change, the company, because they have relied on a variety of suppliers, can make better decisions to cope with this issue. So the companies which rely on variety of supplier relationship to respond to changing market, especially in demand, and they make a flexibility and higher speed through establishing this strategy. These companies are called virtual companies. Measuring supply chain performance sometimes involves in measuring supply chain performance. For example, lead time. In this example, the lead time is measured based on weeks. The unit of the measuring lead time is week in this example. Typical firms have 15 weeks lead time. Lead time means when you make an order and when you deliver, how many weeks have had delay or have had lead time. So there is a gap between making order and delivering products. This gap or this weeks is called the lead time. In typical firms or in usual firms, the average of the lead time in supply chain is 15 weeks. But in a good companies, high performance companies, that is called benchmark firms, this lead time is 8. It's nearly half of the lead time in typical firms. Typical firms is usual firms, and benchmark firms are those firms have had high performance. Time spent placing an order. In typical firms, it takes 42 minutes, but in benchmark firms, it takes 15 minutes only. Percentage of late deliveries. 33% of late deliveries belong to typical firms, but this number in benchmark firms is only 2%. Percentage of the rejected material in typical firms is 1.5%, while this amount is very, very small in benchmark firms. It's 1 on 10,000%. Number of shortages per year. The number of shortages in inventory in a store for typical firms is 400, while in benchmark firms, this number is only 4. It means that the typical firm, the normal firm, 100 times number of shortage per year is 100 times more than benchmark firms. Now, one of the formula that is used for measuring supply chain performance is inventory turnover. Inventory turnover means the proportional cost of goods sold on inventory investment. Cost of goods sold cost of the product sold, goods means product, by your company divided by inventory investment, the number of money that you have invested on inventory, the purchasing raw materials and something like this. When these two numbers are divided by each other, it gives you a number that's called inventory turnover. This number for some of company has been listed in table. For example, in Coca-Cola, the inventory turnover is 14. Home Depot is 5. McDonald's is 112. Dell Computer is 19. Johnson Control is 22. Toyota is 13. Nathan is 150. Now, please let's to be more familiarized with concept of turnover. For example, in a company, the net revenue, this is a financial report. Net revenue is, for example, 32,500,000 US dollar. The cost of goods sold has been given by financial manager as much as 14.2 US dollar. Amount of the company has invested on inventory has been listed as below. For purchasing raw materials, they have spent 0.74. The value of the work in process inventory, it means that inventory that are being used currently in production line. It's called work in process inventory. The value of this inventory is 0.11, and the value of the finished goods inventory that are being stored that later to be sold is as much as 0.84. So the total inventory investment is sum of these three numbers, 0.74 plus 0.11 plus 0.84 gives you 1.69. If you divide this number, cost of goods sold divided by inventory investment gives you 8.4. So okay. inventory turnover is calculated as much as 8.4, as you see. When you want to compare these numbers, inventory turnover, in two companies, the company has less inventory turnover is better than the company has higher inventory turnover. It means that the company that the company is has done the better has high performance, which has less inventory turnover. When inventory turnover number increase, it shows that the performance of supply chain decrease. They are in opposite to each other. Okay, this chapter finished, and I mean that the chapter of supply chain management now has been finished, and the next week we start new chapter. Oh, and the next week is holiday, yes. The next week is Eid Mubarak or Eid al-Fitr. Yes. The next week is holiday, and the 2 weeks later we continue normal classes, and I should tell company to hold extra class, one extra class, because we have lost time in Ramadan because of the time of class was short. So the class has finished now, and you can go for iftar, and you can go for breaking fast. Before that, accept my declaration for Eid al-Fitr. Happy Eid al-Fitr in advance. I wish all of your prayer have been accepted by Allah in Ramadan, and have a nice holiday with your family. Have a fun time with them. Okay, the class has finished, and have a nice time, have a nice night, and goodbye everybody. Okay, goodbye everybody, and I will see you 2 weeks later. Goodbye everybody.